Hey loves, Kim here, and I'm back with another episode of Let's Build NewCrest Eco Lifestyle Edition. If this is your first time on my channel, I just would like to say welcome. Hi, my name is Kim. I primarily build on The Sims 4. And you know what? This Eco Lifestyle Let's Build is an extension of a Let's Play on my channel. If you're interested, I will post a card on the screen and put a link down in the description box. But currently, I'm following the lives of the Stamper family, this super cute family of 5, as they just navigate through the world, and we explore some of the aspects of the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack, as well as a little bit of seasons, parenthood. Pretty much, we're just playing The Sims 4, okay? So definitely check that out, and I'm super excited just to get you guys' feedback on the Stampede. Love that family. But yeah, we are at our lot here, and this is a city hall lot. So you guys, okay, full disclosure, I'm just gonna put this out right now. It is a full-on thunderstorm outside. I can't control that, and I was thinking, should I even record today? But you know what, I spent over an hour on my makeup, and you know what, I'm like, I don't feel like waiting to do this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and record now. Hopefully the rain doesn't disturb you. Maybe it's actually calming. I'm not sure how much my microphone is picking up, but it kind of puts a damper on my day because it's darker than what it usually will be. It's about 6:30, maybe like 6:45 right about now, and it's super dark. It looks like it's almost 9 o'clock this time of year. So anyway, now that that's out of the way, let me go ahead and hop into build mode, and let's get started with this part of our town hall. Alright, so yeah, we're in build mode right now, and you know what, I was reading over you guys' comments from the first part. Thank you all so much. Shout out to you. Special shout out to Love Sims and Lily B Simming, because both of you guys gave me such great feedback, and you guys were giving me suggestions on what to kind of do on the outside to bring more life to the building, like adding water fountains and trying to do a couple of things to include the green space. But overall, you guys are here for the paved look, and so am I. I think I'm going to focus on the inside for this episode, but when I do come back and finish off the exterior, I will definitely keep those comments in mind because they were really great ideas. So I have not touched this since last week. Oh my gosh, so there's no telling what kind of blocky situation we got going on here. Let me go ahead and put this into afternoon light. If you're wondering how I'm just swapping through the lighting settings, I'm pressing the letter L on my PC. It should work for Mac, but I don't know. I never played The Sims 4 on Mac, but it should be the same. So I want like a nice official door. I don't know, maybe something like this. We have a 3-wide door. Fortunately, we do have the ability to place doors in between tiles, which is actually a lifesaver, because could you imagine if this was my only option or something like this? Like, no ma'am. Absolutely not. I mean, although I don't hate that, it doesn't really fit with the aesthetic of this building. Like, let's trial that. Like, I don't think I'm quite here for that. Like, it doesn't look ugly, but I feel like aesthetically it's just not doing the job for me. So, you know what? I think I'm going to go with glass for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it at the 3 height, triple height, because our door selection is still so limited. Granted, I mean, we don't have triple height, you know, walls too often in real life, but hey, it's nice to have these options, even if it was just some of these other options just a little bit taller, you know. But it is what it is. I think like municipal buildings, they're not exactly like see-through. They tend to have like a little bit of a tint on the door, so maybe I'll use one of these doors from the Get to Work pack. I don't know, I feel like that's more appropriate, but at the same time, I don't know, it's not doing the job for me. Like, I like the way that looks a little bit better, but I don't know, we'll just place this here for now. We won't get too hung up on that detail. And I want to go ahead and start etching out how each space is going to function inside of this building. I feel like I'm gonna have to like completely open up the place to then close it back. I think the main thing I want to accomplish in this part is to figure out a layout definitely need to figure out a layout for this space and figure out how each area is going to function. And that starts with, how are we going to get up and down the stairs? I feel like that is absolutely essential. So what stairs are we going to use? I feel like in a concrete building we should probably use either glass or concrete stairs. I don't know, I'm feeling the concrete. I actually kind of like these sturdy stairs that came with base game. They have a little bit of like a Carrara marble finish. Don't flame me if this is not Carrara, but from what I could tell, it kind of looks like Carrara. Maybe not as bold as Carrara, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. It makes a little bit of a statement, and I feel like stairs like these probably should be, I don't know, the type that kind of cranes around. I do like the way that looks. You guys, oh my gosh. It's like literally rumbling outside. Oh yeah, they need a bigger landing than that. And I don't know, maybe we can have like some huge columns kind of like frame these stairs. I mean, I kind of like that. I think I do. I mean, I kind of like this, but I feel like it doesn't do enough. Maybe if it was in a different color. I don't know. Yo no sé. I don't know. Right. I do like where this is going though. I really do. But it's just like a lot of, oh my gosh. It's like some sort of siren out there. I hope everyone's okay. I do not like driving in the rain, you guys. Oh my goodness. Like, I would do it if I absolutely need to. But if I don't, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I'm not much of a rain person anyway. As of late, I've been getting more into like rain sounds, like with sleeping. Like one time I was so tired and I went to sleep on the couch. Like I just took a little nap and I had like this thunderstorm soundtrack. It was live and it was so calming. But just in general, like I don't really like storms. I guess I don't mind the sound of rain. My issue with rain is that when it rains, there's like limited things that you can do and still be dry. So I don't know, I think that's more my gripe, not like the aesthetics of it all, even though it does kind of put a damper on my day. That's neither here nor there. Point is I hope everyone's okay. That is my point here. Some of the things that I definitely need to have in here, I need to have a space to hold meetings, and I feel like that will probably be like on the ground level. I feel like the offices will probably be like on the second level, except for maybe like the receptionist area will probably have like some sort of office on the first level. And what else? I guess there will be like areas for different departments, and then I guess there will probably be like some seats for waiting. So I'm thinking maybe this larger area here could be like a common meeting space. Yeah, we'll do that. And I feel like maybe this bit here would be like a smaller conference room. And I'll probably have like a table and some chairs. Like it won't really be that big. But I think this area will probably be like the main like meeting area. What windows do we have? Do I want to use like this triangular window from Eco Lifestyle? No, I feel like it's not really doing it too much for me. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Especially from the inside. Like, I don't hate it. It's just how well does it flow, you know? I wish there was like a perfect match to this concrete. Like the closest I have is like this white window here. And I don't know, it just looks a little off. Looks a little off. But it doesn't look bad. We'll go with it for now. And we'll see where it takes us. And then maybe this bit here. Maybe if I create like a little opening. And maybe have this piece peek in here. I actually don't mind that. I don't know, something changed like just that quick. I went from nah, I'm not feeling it to I don't mind it. It's crazy how that works. Yeah. Crazy how that works. You know what, maybe up here instead of fencing, maybe I could do like a half wall. Maybe a half wall at the same height. I don't hate that. I don't hate it. And then maybe if I added some columns up here. It seems like a little much for this area, but doesn't feel like too much quite yet. It's not quite too much. I do like the look of these columns though. I really do, especially like with that window. Like it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Like I'm feeling a little like futuristic. I guess futuristic opulence because the lights are a little bit over the top, but I'm feeling the vibes. I don't know, it's something about like this concrete with like this kind of gray outline around that column and like the white in the middle that ties it so well with those windows. This is definitely different from anything that I've built before. But I can't lie, I am here for it. Totally here for it. I wish that I had just one more square. Thanks, Thunderstorm. Thanks. I wish I just had one more square to just space it out just a little, but I really want, I don't know, I just want it to be symmetrical. Do I have a different window that's very similar to that? Let's see, let's filter everything out by eco lifestyle and see what we can get. No, it looks like we do have more triangle windows, but they're just in different heights. Ooh, do I want a longer height window? I really like what it's doing here. Like it's not doing much, but I like the look of it. I can't lie, I do like the look of it. We'll see. We'll trial it. And like if I would rather have the triangles on the columns or on the actual walls. I mean, that's a good question. Oh, and that's too long. Of course it is. But I don't know. Let's see how they look together. Is that glitching? Surprisingly, it's not glitching, baby. It's not. It will look a little weird going between the levels. See, yeah, that will get on my nerves. But just from a pure aesthetic point of view, or you know what, maybe I could do one of these numbers. It looks a little weird on this wall here. I don't know. I kind of want to play around with the idea of it though. Like I'm just liking what it's doing. Like it's giving it some depth. It's giving it some like dimension. It doesn't look so flat anymore. And I think if nothing else, that's probably the most inspiring thing, that is not looking flat. What if I'm getting like an idea here, and I don't know if this is even attractive right now, but I'm feeling inspired. What if I got these normal height ones and put it like that? I mean, it's doing something. It's doing something for me. Not quite sure what yet. But I like the dimension of it. Like, that's what's inspiring me right now. And totally let me know what you guys think about, you know, what I'm doing on the facade of this building. But I'm here for it. I didn't anticipate spending my time today on this, but coming across that window has really caught my eye. Funny enough, we still don't technically have any windows in the meeting room. We'll figure that out. Baby steps, one thing at a time. Do I need to keep this top level at 3? I'm sorry, this bottom level at 3 height. We'll see. I'm kind of liking it at 2. Just like looking at where those windows connect, I'm kind of liking it at 2. That probably just destroyed my stairs on the inside. Oh no, they adapted. Oh gosh, I said adopted. I meant adapted. You guys know what I meant. No, they actually did what they were supposed to do. Okay, good. I think I might keep the first level at double height and then the subsequent levels at single height. I'm not mad at that though. It's like giving me Art Deco vibes. That, I think that's what it's kind of giving me right now, and I'm totally here for it. It's like Art Deco meets concrete. I was gonna say industrial. This isn't really giving me the industrial vibe, although concrete does kind of like fit in that family. To me, industrial is more like wrought iron and like brick. Of course concrete, but just because it's concrete doesn't mean it's industrial. That's what I'm trying to get at. I like that though. I really like that. So maybe for this top level, I will spread out this half wall just to encompass this whole area. And we'll do it up to here. And then we'll do the same thing with the other columns. But I like that. I mean, the only thing I could think of that can probably finish it off is like maybe adding in some sort of a frieze. Or I guess a room trim is a more appropriate word of what this is. We'll just go with the white for now. No, I don't like that. What about this trim from the Eco Lifestyle pack? I like this better. I really do like this better. Not sure if it's gonna stay, but for now, I'm here for it. Totally. Right. I feel like I haven't done much but work on the front facade, but I feel like it elevates the building so much. I feel like it really does. I was totally planning on focusing on the inside, but maybe if I get the outside together, I can be a little bit more decisive with what to do on the inside. Whoa, did y'all see it stretch? Are those too tall now? Oh yeah, they are too tall, duh, because I changed it from triple height to double height. Okay. Okay, let me get some of these bad boys. Now, the thing about this, though, these are not on the, whatchamacallit? They're not on the, what am I trying to say? They're not on, like, the grid. At least I don't think so. So, I'm not sure how well the other columns are going to snap. We'll see. But I don't know. I don't have high hopes. Alright, so the columns hit okay there. But like on these, not so much because it's not like on the tile. So I might have to do something a little bit different. Totally fine. Like, remember when columns, like, you could just copy and paste them and like they figured out, okay, if I'm at like a single height wall, I'm gonna be shorter. If I'm at a triple height wall, I'm gonna be taller. Now it's like you copy them and it's like the same exact like piece. Like, it doesn't automatically figure out what height it needs to be at, which can be good or bad because sometimes, you know, you could be using a column as kind of like a decorative piece. I mean, it's all decorative, but you could be using a column as more for something to, you know, do something amazing aesthetically. And sometimes you can use it to look like it's, you know, providing structural support. I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I'm just kind of rumbling, but I feel like in my head I'm making sense. So I hope it comes off that way. But basically, ooh, sorry, I got distracted. Basically what I'm saying is the columns have changed. That's like the bottom line point. The columns have changed and it's taking a little getting used to. I mean, it's changed so long ago you would think I would be used to it, but sometimes, you know, you just forget. Okay, please don't clip into ooh, it fits perfectly. Yes, yes. Okay, here for this. Here for this. And you know what? I think I might just do this whole little bit in glass. I mean, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. Okay, we'll put that there. And I don't know what kind of room this is gonna be. I was hoping to put my staircase there, to be honest, but it's really difficult trying to figure out diagonals. But I'm here for the glass. Totally here for this. And I don't know if it's because subconsciously I'm trying to cover up that stone that I used, or if just in general I'm here for the glass. But you guys, hold on, let me go up. It's doing something. If I can align everything right, it'll be doing something more. I mean, it's doing something, right? I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something. And methinks I like it a lot. We'll go ahead and finish it off around here. But it's very, very prettyful. All right, we'll go ahead and add in these columns. Do I want a column in between each window? Is that going to be overkill? I need to see this in nighttime view because these columns are actually illuminated. So I'm not sure if it's going to be like totally over the top. But I kind of live for over the top sometimes. Not in like my day-to-day life, but like architecture and building. I live for over the top. Like understated has a place and over the top has a place as well. Ooh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's looking a little teeny tiny bit glitchy right here. Maybe if I cycle through the lighting again, yeah, it's still looking kind of glitchy, kind of clocky. But I'm here for the glass. Totally here for it. And maybe, I don't know, I feel like I want to do something in this space. I don't know. Let me try some things with stairs and I'll come right back. You know what? I decided that this place doesn't need to have stairs. Maybe this is just like the really pretty open space where they will put like a Christmas tree or whatever beautiful light fixture here. I'm already living for this place. Already living for it. I might change these out with the normal height windows because it is looking a little glitchy, and I don't know, I don't like to see the glitches. I really don't. Like over here is fine because there's a wall behind it, like it's not like livable space, but here, yeah, not here for it. But I don't know, let me try it and then I'll come right back. You know what, it doesn't look so bad like this. No, it doesn't. I think I can live with that, and it's not glitchy on the inside, which I feel like is super important. I guess I'll put like a really opulent over the top lighting fixture, and I already have one in mind. I'm thinking about the spiral one that came with Spade. Love that light. It's just kind of hard to like be practical with the use, but since we have a lot of like headspace, I think that could be really, really pretty here. And if I size it up, will it be touching the ground? Yes, it would. Let me see. Maybe I'll put that light here. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get rid of this flooring here. I'm so here for that. It's still a little bit too big because those floors are single height. I mean, and that doesn't do as much, but it's not terrible. I just wish there was kind of like an in-between size. But hey. Maybe if I just move it up a little bit. Yeah, still not doing it for me. I guess we'll just leave it at normal height. I guess the plan B would probably be like a light like this. And we don't run into the same issue because that light doesn't hang as low. So I guess we'll just do that and add another bad boy going crossways. And we can save this other chandelier for somewhere else. But I don't know. I really, really like that. I really, really like that. And I feel like maybe in between levels, maybe out into this area, it would be like a half wall or maybe like a glass fencing type situation. I mean, I don't exactly want to use that one. Let's look at the Spade one. Like, I want my glass to be as seamless as possible. Yeah, I'm here for that. They can kind of peer down below. Not 100% sure about having the elevator there. But for now, it's doing the job. Maybe I can have the elevator actually in this corner. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure that out though. Can't wait too long to figure it out. But we'll figure that out. And then I guess we can use the same bit on the upper area here. Although it looks a little bit different. So I guess maybe we can put that here. Or you know what? Maybe like in the upper area, it'll just be like a glass wall. Yeah, maybe it'll just be like a glass wall or something. What color are those? I guess we can get the same color. I guess it's more like that beigey color. Yeah, totally beige. Right. Okay, how does that look from the outside? I think it looks pretty freaking gorgeous. I personally think it looks so beautiful. I'm liking the glass. It's giving me a feeling of like transparency, like people can feel safe here. to like voice their opinions and actually believe that their needs are going to get met. Now for some actual windows in here. What windows do I want to use? Do I want to use these windows from Discovery University? Actually, let me look into some double height windows. Let's get something nice. Whoa. Have I ever been able to successfully scale up a window before? I don't think so. Because it's like, before when I've scaled up windows, either the frame would size up and like the window itself wouldn't, or I just couldn't do it. I don't think I've ever been able to scale up a window. Let me see something. Let me see something. Hold on. First of all, let's put that on the wall. See how that goes. Okay, yeah, it's still doing the thing. Okay. But I don't think I've ever been able to scale up a window. Correct me if I'm wrong though. But I kind of want to see something now that I've kind of stumbled on that. Oh yeah, okay, the mirrors are still the same. The mirrors are like, no sis, don't get that excited. Okay, I feel like these windows are a little bit too big. Maybe if I use that same window, but just like in the shorter height. And then maybe below the windows, I can add like some planter boxes or something. I'm not sure if I want to keep all the windows where they are or not. But I don't hate them there. I don't. I'll be honest. I don't hate them. Do I have any windows like these, but in the larger size? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And I don't know about these Discovery University windows. It's like they're not doing it for me. And maybe that's just mainly because there's no like matching swatch. I mean, that doesn't look so bad. I just feel like it ages the building. It makes the building look old. It's like, it definitely feels traditional, but I don't think, well, I mean, I like the panes. I like the window panes. Ooh, okay. I think I'm totally here for the Moschino windows because I feel like it's like a nice happy medium between like traditional and modern. Like, I don't know, I'm getting the vibes here. Totally getting the vibes. The airplane is like completely ruining my thought process. You're throwing off my groove. I hope I said that right. Let me know if you know what movie I'm talking about. Please let me know. Like, if you know what movie I'm talking about, you're a real one. You really are. Love that movie. And it's funny because I didn't like that movie at first because the character has a lot of flaws. Like, I'm that person that doesn't like the character that is set up to look like the bad person. Like, I don't know. And it's not like, I don't know. I feel like everyone is like the bad person at some point, you know, whether that's in a movie or real life. Like, no one is right all the time. But I feel like the person that's set up to like look like the bad person, they do things that are completely avoidable. And I think that's what gets on my nerves about that type of character archetype. But yeah, if you know what movie that's from, let me know. And if you don't know what movie that's from, it's probably because I butchered the line. But don't flame me. Don't flame me. I tried. Okay, do I want to do the same windows on the side? I am here for these Moschino windows. And I'm thinking Maybe like up here, do I want seats? No, I don't really want people hanging out there, but maybe I'll put like some sort of planter up there. I probably won't do it now. I'll just put something there so I can remember to do it later. Yeah, I think it'll be really pretty having like some sort of plants in between the columns. Yeah, because we definitely have to remember that aspect of the whole eco lifestyle thing, because that helps to improve the eco footprint. Okay, so right, I think I'm going to follow the pattern that I have on the level below and put the windows there, just so we can have like a nice line of windows just going up. And it's starting to feel a little bit more official, a little bit more, I don't know, municipal. Who knew that I would spend most of this part on windows? I didn't. But you know what? I'm glad I did. Now that I feel like, I don't know, maybe I need to stretch this out just one to cover up that area. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. Okay, now as far as what we're going to put on this bit here, I feel like we need to have some sort of signage. This was definitely not the direction I was going in. I wanted to focus on the inside, but I was so just captivated by the outside. Like, it's starting to look like it's coming to life a bit. If I have time, I'll go ahead and get into the landscaping. I already know that I'm over an hour with recording, so yay, editing. Yay. If you're a content creator, let me know what your favorite part of the creation process is. I feel like for me, the most fun part is actually doing it, and the least fun part is editing. Actually, the most fun part is watching it back. Watching it back is the most fun part. I love building, but sometimes getting the motivation to do so, or even just beyond the motivation, sometimes getting the idea to do so can be such a struggle, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I feel like once it's all done and like I can watch it back, like it's such like a feeling of relief. I think I'll go with this black one here so the words actually stand out. Okay, I like that. But yeah, let me know what's your favorite part of the creation process. Whoa, just knocked down my timer. Ooh. Yeah, I like the way this is looking. It's looking very official like. Do I want to like put them on top of each other? No, it doesn't look like it say anything now. I mean, aesthetically, I don't mind it, but I kind of want to just keep it G. What do I mean by that? I want it to make sense. I want it to look good. No, give me the window. Maybe if I was actually clicking on the window, it would give me the window. Okay. What's going on here? Okay. I guess I was placing it in between levels. Do I want this to just remain a big concrete slab? I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I'm thinking maybe in the front, this is like some sort of like secure space. I don't know. Maybe like the top secret town meetings are held in here with the mayor or whoever's running the city. So maybe I will go windowless there. This storm is crazy. Like, just the weather in general has been crazy here. Like, I don't know, it's been looking like it's going to pour down rain almost every single day, and a lot of days it actually does rain. But just like the weather in general, let me know if you guys have been having just some really weird weather. Like, I know there's been reports of people having like thunderstorms but no rain. It's just bananas. Like, it's wild. It's definitely wild. So let me know what type of strange weather you guys have been having. Hopefully not much, you know, but who knows. Okay, do I want to make this concrete, or did I want to make those columns? that plaster color. I don't know. I don't mind it like this for now. As far as this back bit, do I want to do windows? I feel like I do want to do windows. Oh, I didn't realize the windows went all the way back here. Maybe like, maybe not here in this area, but maybe like, I don't know. Maybe I'll have windows going down that strip. I wish I could just have one big pane of glass throughout all 3 levels. Like, that would be amazing. Not sure how I'm completely feeling about this, but it's doing something. It's definitely doing something. I don't know, maybe if the triangle windows were over here, maybe I would feel a little bit better about it. I don't know. I feel like now that these are here, I can't just go back to the regular windows. I don't think I put those high enough. Nope, sure didn't. Raise that up a bit. Yeah, I'm feeling that a little bit better. Totally. Yeah. Okay. Next. Maybe this area wouldn't have windows at all, since it's kind of like the check-in security area. And then over here where the meeting would be taking place at, maybe this conference room wouldn't have any windows, but this room over here would totally have some. Let me see, that's a gray color. Yeah, so we'll go with the gray. And then I guess I can go with the same half wall over there. Okay, like aesthetically it's doing something more for me. So you know what, since I didn't go on the inside of the building, I guess I will try to work in some of you guys' ideas. Now, I know Keo said a fountain and Lily B. Simmons also said a fountain, and I think Lily also mentioned potted plants, because I was like, I would have never thought of that. So let's see what options we have. And I'm actually just going to pull up some of the comments right now. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, yeah, I just checked the comments, and yeah, basically that's what the comments were saying. So you know what, let's see what your girl can do. So going into the fountains, I know that Keo was suggesting a fountain in the back, and I think she said like the bigger space. So you know what I think would be super cool if we did a fountain, but like had a couple of like places to sit around. I think that would be so nice. And you know what, I'm kind of partial to using the fountain from Get Famous. Let's see, should I do a museum, you guys? I'm kind of here for a museum. I definitely want to build a children's museum. I've actually attempted a children's museum at one point. It was just, I was trying to do too much. I was basically trying to make Discovery Zone, okay? It was too much. I needed to scale back. But this was like maybe like 2.5, 3 years ago. So, but I definitely want to do a museum of sorts. I'm not sure if I want to do one in NewCrest, or at least maybe not in this save file. But we'll see. But let me know if you guys will be here for a museum. I know the one in Del Sol Valley, it could use some work. It could definitely use some work. Ooh. Okay, fountain. Not sure how sold I am on this one, just because it's so opulent. Like, I feel like this would be somewhere like with the Little Mermaid. Like, it's too seashell-y. It doesn't look so bad in the front, but it kind of overtakes everything. Yikes. I need the ability to round my edges with these fountains. I missed that capability in The Sims 3. Oh my gosh, I remember when late night came out. What? I was making nightclubs all the time, and all of them had a fountain, honey. All of them had a fountain. Okay, maybe I can make this fountain strip a little bit smaller. Yeah, I mean, the fountain doesn't have to be over the top. We'll get a nice little trim on this bad boy here. Lately, I've been feeling kind of nostalgic. I don't know if that's kind of weird to say, but I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about like the 90s and the early 2000s and just like things I was watching on TV. And I don't know, I've just been feeling really nostalgic. Also, I kind of feel like I'm from the late 90s, early 2000s. With my whole aesthetic today, definitely was not the plan. But when I was looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, I feel like 2002 TRL. Because I feel like everyone had like a similar hairstyle where like they had like the swoops and then it was like up, but it was a little like spiky and fluffy. And it's like the makeup in the early 2000s and even the late 90s, it was very toned down. I remember seeing a lot of like pastel eyeshadows and not a whole lot of like heavy mascara and, you know, a little bit of blush here and there, even though I'm not wearing blush. But I feel like that was like the nostalgic of the 90s. Well, late 90s, early 2000s. Early 90s, it was definitely more of like a grungy type feel as far as the looks in pop culture. But like a little bit later down, like I feel like it was definitely more bubblegum, more pastels, more I guess cutesy, but also trying to be edgy at the same time. I don't know. That wasn't my goal, but I feel like that's what I ended up with. So it is what it is. Okay, I feel like there might be like one too many fountains here. But I'm going to make this work. Okay, so maybe I can make the fountain a little bit smaller. Add another line of that there. And we'll just scooch that back a bit. And I feel like there would be just enough pavement, I'm sorry, just enough greenery around here. Or at least around the fountain. So you could say, hey, I saw some grass today, but it wouldn't be a whole lot. I actually don't mind the way that looks. And I'm thinking about those rounded fountains that came with Spa Day. I love Spa Day. Spa Day is the GOAT when it comes to build mode items. Well, build and buy mode. Spa Day is the GOAT. I love their flooring. I love their walls. I love their fountains. I love their furniture. I love even the new wave music that comes with it. Oh my gosh. Spa Day is the GOAT. I don't know if I'm ready to say undefeated champ, but Spa Day is definitely the GOAT. It truly is. In my opinion. My humble personal opinion. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how my family, the Stampers, are always getting slapped with, you're using too much water, and here we are putting a fountain. But you know what? I can feel good about this because one, I feel like it's just going to improve the overall atmosphere, and also we can just pretend that this water is just being refiltered. So I'm good with that. Okay, I think this is the round, not this one, but I do like that fountain too. That one's also from, well, actually that one's from base game, but this one is the one I was thinking about from Spa Day. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. That's the stuff. Nice. And I feel like maybe the two on the end wouldn't be as tall. Yeah, they probably wouldn't be as tall. As the one in the middle. Like it would be kind of like a triangle. Or maybe it would be like a medium spring one. Like this. And oh yeah. Oh, it's not like right in the middle though. So we'll do that, and then actually I'll just move it back a bit and we'll see. Let's see if I can finesse that. maybe in a different color. I like that. And I can see like maybe the employees stepping out here to have lunch. I think that would be cute. Or even just to like maybe take a personal phone call. And then I want to get some more seats out here. Maybe I'll have like a couple of chess tables just to give your sim something to do. And although I am here for this bench, I think maybe I need to try to find something a little bit different. Maybe if I can find like an outdoor chair that's made really similar, because I like the concrete aesthetic. Ooh, we got these ottomans. But for once, I really don't like the wooden bit on the top. Oh, we got these from Discovery University. They technically look more wooden, but they could blend. You know, they can sit adjacent to us. They can't sit with us, but they can definitely sit adjacent to us. Ooh, ooh, I love this fountain. Maybe I can use this somewhere else because I really like what we have going on here. But I like this fountain because it's like people can actually sit down and like they can throw in coins and make a wish. I don't know, maybe if we make a park. Yeah, maybe if we make a park, that would be a little bit more appropriate there. I want this building to be more so like strictly business. And let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do the layout. Not necessarily like furnished, but if you want me to do the layout off camera or on camera. Personally, it's a little bit easier for me to do it off camera. So one, is less for me to edit, and two, so I don't really feel the need to kind of rush through it. But it's not as fun maybe for you guys. I don't know if you guys care to see things like layouts being done on camera. Definitely let me know. Does anyone know how to actually play chess? I do. I actually started playing chess when I was a kid, and I think it was a combination of my dad and my oldest brother teaching me how to play. It's a fun game if you really want a mental workout, because with chess it's like you almost can't play in the present. Like you have to think so far ahead and like anticipate how your moves are going to play out. It's like you have to pay attention to the board. You really do. And it's a really good mental workout. But chess games can last forever, like seriously forever. Remember when they used to have like the grandmaster like chess competitions on TV? Do they still do that? I don't know. I haven't watched TV in a while, because everything is like on streaming services, which I mean I love that convenience, but I haven't watched TV in a while. But I remember, is 3 too many? Maybe I should change it like this, because yeah, I like it better this way. But yeah, I remember when they would have like the chess competitions on TV, and I don't know, it was just interesting to watch. I didn't watch it all the way through because honey, I don't have the time. I don't have the attention span. Which is kind of why, don't flame me for this, I am not like a Star Wars fan. My dad was, but those movies are just too long. I'm sorry. That's no shade. Obviously they're doing something right. Like they have millions, probably billions of fans. They've been such, you know, a strong and well-known franchise for so long, and there's so many different spin-offs. So obviously they're doing something right. It's just the way my attention span is set up. I don't have the time. But where was I going with this? I don't know. But chess is a fun game. It's a fun game. It can be a little frustrating, especially when you're playing with somebody good, because you feel like they're cheating. They're not. Well, most of the times they're not. And it's a good mental workout. Totally is. I actually like the contrast of the black chair, so I actually might keep those. And do I have a similar bench? Oh yeah, perfect. And I might use the same bench over there, and I think, yeah, I think that's gonna do the job. And I like the look of the cement benches over there. Can I talk? I like the look of these cement benches over here. But it's like, at the same time, I really like this contrast with the black against the metal. Here for it. Do I have a similar ottoman? I probably don't. I probably don't even have like a 2-wide chair to match. Of course not. Maybe we can make these ottomans darker. Actually don't like the way these look. I don't know, maybe they'll just have to grow on me. Let me see what options I have with these. Ooh, I like that one a lot better. I feel like it goes with the aesthetic we have going on out here. I might change it though, knowing me. Maybe in this area here, because I definitely want the green space, but I just don't know what to put here. Maybe it'll just be fenced off and there'll be like a little garden type situation here with like a really low fence. I don't know how this fence got chosen. I did not choose this fence. Okay. Yeah, maybe something like that, or maybe the one that looks a little bit more pitchforky, the wrought iron fence. Yeah, I think I like this fencing a little bit better. Yeah, okay. And I don't know, do I want to put trees here or do I just want to put some bushes? We're in NewCrest, so we can just use the trees from base game, I guess. Oh no, we can't just use any tree back here, honey. We gotta pick a tree that's gonna look right. I do like this tree. Did y'all see that lightning? I don't know if y'all could see it, but I saw it out the corner of my eye and I like kind of held my breath a little bit. I do not like storms. I really don't. Ooh, that grass looks disgusting. Absolutely not. We need some evergreen grass. Yeah, that's just not gonna cut the mustard with me. If you watch me and you live in the UK or anywhere in Europe, really, because I watch a lot of shows from like around the world and I hear cut the mustard as like a phrase a lot. I think that's kind of like the equivalent of like, that's not gonna cut it, or like, that's not up to par. I think cut the mustard is like the equivalent of up to par. Let me know if I'm right. I really like the way that it sounds, but I just never I guess I never really thought about, you know, why people say that. But I heard that a lot, especially like in home design shows, because I am obsessed with those. I can watch a home design show, you know, that's based in any part of the world. I watch shows like Instant Hotel, which is based in Australia, I think. And I also think they touched on, no, I was gonna say they might have touched on New Zealand. No, I think they mainly been in Australia. Love that show. I like what's the name of that show? It's basically, it's a show where, okay, it's like these people who need like some sort of solution for whatever issues that they're having in their house, and they do a virtual reality sort of representation of it before, you know, people commit and say, hey, I want you to design my house. It's basically two interior designers who give a solution to the client's issue that they're having, and they're able to preview it in VR, and I think it's so cool. That one is based in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of those people are from just like different places in the UK. Ooh, I really like that. Really liked it a lot. Oh my gosh. Okay, does that look too repetitive? I feel like I'm just all over the place today, and I am. But yeah, what was I talking about? I like shows from all over the world. All over the world. I really enjoy them. Like if it has to do with like architecture or culture, or even like food shows, which I have to kind of be careful with about food shows, because it's like when you watch a food show you get hungry, and you're not gonna get what you see on TV. Like, unless you're a chef, like I don't know how to flambe. Like, I can watch somebody do it all day long, but your girl is not gonna flambe something. But I like the art of it. Like, I feel like all those things for me have like that common denominator of like art, and to me culture is art. So yeah, that's what I like the most about those shows. But oh, I got here because I was talking about cutting the mustard. Let me know if that is what that means. I'm pretty sure that's what it means because it just makes sense, but I don't want to be wrong. Anywho, let me find some potted plants and wrap this up because I've been on here far too long today, you guys. I've been on here far too long, but hopefully I haven't been doing the most. Like, I feel like I'm just going a mile a minute. And I already talk kind of slow because it's like I fumble over my words all the time, and it's super annoying. So I feel like, especially while I'm on camera, I try to talk a little bit slower. And I'm from the South, so we like, I know it's like a stereotype that a lot of people don't want to like play into, but it's true. A lot of people from the South do talk a little bit slower, but you know, it's a part of our culture down here. But also because I know I get tongue-tied really easily and I just fumble a lot of my words, I try to speak a little bit slower. So hopefully this video isn't like aggravating. And I love the potted plants. Thank you, Lily. Those look so good, and it's like it fits because they're already in like a concrete planter. I really like that. Truly do. And I feel like maybe over here, maybe I could use a fence, or I might use my signature thousands of years old. I love that piece. We'll see how a fence will look around the water feature first. No, I already see that that fence is going to be a bit too much. So we'll go ahead and just opt for what I'm thinking of. And I just like it because, like I said in other videos, it's just a nice little piece to finish off. It's just a nice piece to finish off the area, in my opinion. And if you're wondering, this one came with the Get Together pack. I feel like Get Together is another slept on pack because it's one of the earlier ones, you know. It's like I never hear any complaints about the world of Windenburg is so beautiful. It is so freaking pretty. But I feel like, I don't know, since it was an earlier pack, they didn't really do it justice. Like, I always feel like a lot of the things in The Sims 4 can be a little bit more fleshed out, a little bit more in depth. But Get Together has a lot of gems as far as build and buy mode as well, so I definitely appreciate that pack. And this is probably a piece that I use in so many builds. Like, if you go back and watch my builds or even download them from the gallery, you would see this piece just laced throughout so many of them. Okay, yeah, I'm here for that. Do I kind of want to give it one of the ones with like the grass tinge? Yeah, I think I like this color better. I hate when like you finish placing down and then you decide to change the color, but it's worth it because this looks so much better. It doesn't look as stark. Totally here for that. I feel like it would probably have like a couple of these signs here around, a kiosk on a plaque. Yeah, I can totally see that being here. Maybe that would be like here. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that would be somewhere like here. I just really love this bit over here, how we got the trees. I know it's doing a little bit of glitching right now, and I think it's just trying to like save on the resolution. Like, it's trying to make my system not work as hard, which is fine. If we're not up on it, we don't need to see all of the beautiful details. And then out front, I really don't know what to do with this green space. TBH IDK. Could you imagine somebody talking in like text shorthand for like an hour straight? Oh my gosh. I think that would be maybe a little bit too much. Just a little bit. Okay. I think I'm going to take it to here. But yeah, I mean, I know I was talking about like the late 90s and early 2000s a little bit earlier. The music from that era, iconic. So much nostalgia, so many memories. So many memories from that era, like as far as music. Like music was so good. Like it was so rich. It was so flavorful. It was so like... It was so good. Like I feel like I don't have any better words to say than good. But it was really good. It was really, really good. Now the artists that, you know, came from that era, all of them weren't exactly unproblematic. So I'm kind of weary to mention like some of my like favorite albums from that area, but definitely Velvet Rope by Janet Jackson was such a banger during that time. I really like the Mariah Carey album, Emancipation of Mimi. So good. I even really like Justin Timberlake's first solo album, Justified. It was really, really good. I just really, really enjoyed the music from that era. I remember A. Marie's album. Just so many good songs. And I don't know if it's nostalgia or if it's just like talent. But it was so good. I feel like maybe in the front, maybe I should just add in a couple of bushes. This is going to be real fun to edit, you guys. Really fun. I hope you can sense my sarcasm. No, honestly, I don't mind editing. I feel like with these type of videos, since they are like they run long anyway, it's not as hard. But when I take longer to build, it's more for me to edit, and I have to kind of like pick and choose what you guys might like to see, what might not be as important for you guys to see. But yeah, that's why I was asking you guys earlier about, you know, what do you think is important, what do you think is not as important, like as far as layout, because I want to make sure that I'm not boring you guys. I really do. Ooh, I love this topiary. As much as I love this elephant, I feel like it doesn't quite make sense here. It's super cute. And like elephants are like my favorite animal. They're in my top 3. And I think elephant is probably number 1. If you were like at my house, like let me show you. Because my mom knows that I love elephants. So like I have like an elephant like business card holder. I have a couple of like a little elephant statues around the house. I even have a throw pillow that has elephants on it. I love me a good elephant. I really, really do. Because elephants, one, they're freaking just, they're intelligent. They're so smart. They're so graceful. And I feel like they have like a rough exterior, but they just seem like they're just so gentle. I mean, obviously, like if you spook an elephant, watch out. But, you know, just overall, like they're not really aggressive creatures. And it's like there's more to them than meets the eye. And I feel like that's the real appeal to elephants for me. So yeah, I wish this type of topiary actually looked good all year round. Oh my gosh, come on, Storm. The storm. Speaking of the storm, off subject again, who watched Avatar: The Last Airbender? I remember watching it when, ooh, let me not give out my age. I remember watching it when it first came out. Okay. And I loved that show. I love that show. I still love that show. I think that show is still probably right now probably my favorite cartoon of all time. And there's so many reasons for that. It's like thematically, yes, awesome. Character development, check. Other shows could never, right? But there was this episode called The Storm, and that's definitely top 5 shows. Like honestly, all of my top 5 episodes in the Avatar: The Last Airbender series all kind of center around Zuko. Which is weird. Like Zuko, I don't really see Zuko as a antagonist. I think he's more like a, oh gosh, how do you say it? It begins with a D. Deuteragonist. I don't know. He's basically like a protagonist, like, but not a protagonist. Like he's up there. He's not an antagonist though. He starts out that way, but he's not like a villain, right? But anyway, I don't know. I was just thinking about that episode, The Storm, because it really gave you the first real insight to, at least for me, the level of depth and complexity to the characters. The Southern Air Temple touched on that a little bit. When Aang went back home and he just saw like the aftermath of, you know, the genocide of his people and things like that, that touched on it, because it's like, you know, it drew on those deep places of like guilt and regret. But I feel like The Storm really dove deep into what motivates these characters. Why we should care for them? Why should we root for them? You know, how are they living now based on one singular decision that they made? And I won't really mention it now in case you're interested, because it is on Netflix. And you know, if you want to check it out, I definitely highly recommend. Like I said, it's definitely my favorite cartoon of all time, possibly favorite show of all time for me personally. I'm just kind of ranting at this point. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm kind of ranting. I really like that show, and just thinking about the thunder outside and the storm. But definitely watch it. If you haven't watched it, definitely do. If you're not feeling the first episode, keep watching. Trust me, keep watching. And that's not to say that the first episode is bad, but it's just like, you know, it's the first impression. So if you feel like, I don't know what you're talking about, Kim, just keep watching. It definitely gets better. But I say that to say it's a really good show. It's such a truly good show. And I just feel like there's so much that was done, and there's so many walls that were kind of broken down as far as animation and like what people can take away from animation, because I know how I felt while watching it and like rewatching it. Like I watch that series at least twice a year because my boyfriend and I have it on DVD, and also just beyond then, like just watching it online and things like that. Such a good show, such a good show. I really don't know what I want to do with this green space here, you guys. I think I'm pretty much done here. I do have a little bit of an idea, and I guess I'll maybe try to do a little bit of something here, but I'm pretty much at the end of this episode, to be honest. I'm just going on because your girl is hungry and I didn't do what I anticipated doing, but I'm kind of glad that I was able to go in a different route, because I feel like I still was able to get some things done. But anyway, you guys, this video is basically over. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. I know this part is like literally all over the place because I am ranting and just, I'm hungry, you guys. I can't focus, but I hope you guys still enjoyed this part. I am here for everything that we've done on the exterior of the building, and you know, I am looking forward to do so much more. Definitely be sure to leave me your suggestions. Let me know what you like. Let me know if you enjoyed this part. Let me know if you're feeling the vibes, like especially on the outside with these windows. Like, I'm here for it. I kind of feel like it's starting to mirror this other side a bit. Just a little bit. There's a little bit of a theme going on, but you know, it's definitely a different take on it, and I like the level of grandeur that I'm kind of going for, and I like mixing the aesthetic of, in my opinion, Art Deco with something that's a bit more contemporary, a little bit on the industrial side, but not really. I just feel like this is like a clean industrial, like a clean modern industrial. I think that's how I would categorize this aesthetic. But yeah, let me know. Just to recap, in this part we added on a lot of these windows just to give a little bit of dimension, give a little bit of depth to this space so it doesn't feel so flat. We also found a little bit of signage to put out on the front of this building, which I truly love. We also added in a staircase. The staircase is tentative, so it might move, it might not move, but hey, it is a start. And then around back we added in a couple of fountains and places to sit. We added in some of those potted plants, which I love. Like, I feel like that just elevated the space that much more. We have a fountain, we have a little bit of greenery out here, some seats and some chess tables. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna hop off here. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Also, feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And let me know if you want me to talk more about just nostalgia and like late 90s, early 2000s, because that's just where my head and my heart has been lately. And as always, I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.